All right, we got two great guests in studio talking about the Hope Garden Project. It's Rachel Uberman and Ginger Sesler. Morning, gang. How y'all doing?
Doing well.
Good
How are
to
you?
see you.
Nice to
Good to
see
see
you
you.
too.
The Fresh Food Market is opening tomorrow. Exciting times.
It is, yeah, definitely.
For those who are unfamiliar, tell us a little bit about the market, where the bounty comes from, and the whole Hope Garden Project.
Yeah, so as a lot of people know, we run a summer youth employment program, and it's based up at our garden at Mason General Hospital. And this year we've been in a bit of transition. The hospital garden is being moved, and so we decided to start our own fresh food market. It's kind of like a farmer's market, except for it's food only, very food focused. It's all local, fresh, whole, minimally processed food products. The great thing about our market is that we are having our older youth crew run the market. So they will be running booths, selling the produce and other food goods. They'll be running the music. We have one of our crew be as the assistant market manager. So they're getting all of this.
Fun.
Yeah, they're
That
getting
is
all this
so
great
cool.
job experience while
Right.
running the markets.
Where do the kids get started with this program?
Yeah, so we have functioned primarily out of Choice High School, but during our summer program, we are open to all Shelton High School older youth, 15 to 20 years old. So we get students from Shelton High School, we get students from Gravity, we get homeschool students. We really open it up to anyone who wants to apply and participate.
Oh, cool.
So the foodstuffs, do they come just from the garden there up near the hospital, or are they brought in from other farms around the area?
So our market manager and assistant manager have been working really hard at securing a lot of really awesome, great local vendors. So of course, we will have our own products there, our Hope granola and herb salt and produce as it becomes available. But we have, I think, 4 or 5 other local farms that will be selling fresh fruits and vegetables. We have a bakery, we have a chocolatier, we'll be having Olympic Mountain ice cream.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And it's also
eggs.
going to be really kid focused. So we're going to have a book corner where there's a take a book, bring a book sort of dynamic. And there's going to be a kids table. So we're having a button series that happens every week. So a new button will come out every week, and we encourage kids to come and collect all of the vegetable and fruit buttons. They get to make their own button. It's going to be really fun. And then we'll have food tastings, like food demos, and also garden demonstrations. So we want it to be super interactive and really an event that people come to. Farmers markets should be a fun time that people go to and they plan sort of their weekend around, not just
kids
to go.
will love that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And there's going to be
Absolutely.
music and face painting,
Yeah.
and also, I mean, we really want it to be an event that people come to get good quality local food, but also to have fun.
Have a good time.
And Hope Garden has really become, I mean, we have our older youth program, but we also run a garden-based education program in the elementary schools as well. So we do a 5th grade farmer program. We do a garden recess program. We're expanding to Mountain View next year. We've been at Bordeaux Elementary and Evergreen Elementary this past year. So kid-focused is really what we're all about.
Very cool.
You know, we hear stories of kids who live in cities like Seattle and New York, and they will never have seen a deer or something. Or
Right.
they'll never have seen a garden where there's a bunch of carrots being grown. They think it just comes from the
or
grocery
corn
store.
on the cob or
little,
whatever it is.
little
yeah.
different here in our neck of the woods as we're so
Yeah.
close to nature, but
Not
But you would
necessarily.
think that. I mean, that makes total sense, and I totally see where you get that thought process from, but we were actually surprised ourselves. Last week, we were out in the garden with our 5th graders, and we had a whole bed of radishes that we're ready to pull, and so we had a big radish tasting, and a shocking number of our 5th graders had never tasted a radish before.
Huh.
I know.
You're kidding.
Only one of them had.
Wow.
Yeah, so we have kids, rushing the gate trying to get kale. We let our kale go to seed. It's really great in the early spring, and you'll just see kids all over the playground munching on kale. And now it's lettuce and radishes, and it's stuff that they haven't really had before.
And it's the
Isn't
fun
that
part about
something?
picking it and then eating them. I
Yeah.
have a 3-year-old granddaughter, and she'll pop tomatoes right off that tree. I'll be like,
Right?
no, put some in the basket. No, I'm going to eat it.
So
Yeah,
what
that's
happens
fun
after
for them.
these kids experience a radish for the first time, or they get their hands dirty in the garden for the first time? How do you think that changes their kind of outlook on things?
Yeah, that's a really good question, and it's really a foundation aspect of Hope Garden because we're really trying to have long-term effect here. That if we create positive experiences in youth, then they'll want to recreate those experiences in their adulthood. And if those positive experiences are around putting their hands in the dirt, being one with nature, eating fresh food, growing their own food, all
Put
that
the
great
cell
feeling.
phone down, put the games down.
Exactly,
Go
being outside.
Yep.
Yeah, and
Yep.
then they'll do that for their kids because they remember how exciting it was when they were a kid. And I mean, that's true for myself. So that's our
And a
hope.
lot of them are going to go and grow radishes for their
definitely.
kids. It'd be like, look,
Overabundance
check
of
this
radishes
out.
in the next
I love
Yeah,
that.
and go home and want to have gardens with their
Yeah.
own parents because it is true. We don't live in a big city. Lots of people have enough of a backyard where they can
Yeah.
put in a few raised beds, and some things are really, really easy to grow, like
Yes.
radishes and lettuce, and it's great.
little
I
water,
know,
little
I
sun,
love
and
gardening.
you're good to go.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So 3 to 7 tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. Is it always Thursdays, or how's the schedule work?
Yeah, so we chose a weekday afternoon, early evening. So it's going to be every Thursday until the end of September, 3 to 7 p.m. with the idea that that's kind of when people, well, for a little while, are getting out of school, picking up their kids. They're getting off work. They want to go shopping for groceries anyways. During the summer when it stays light, really.
Till
late
10
into the-
o'clock at night.
Right? I think it was like
shocked
10:30.
me. I know it.
So there's something to do right there in their
Yep.
neighborhood. So the market is actually right at our garden site. It's across from the emergency room at Mason General Hospital. Right there across from OMS and Mountain View and the big neighborhood right there. So we just really want it to be a community hub for Thursday evenings during the summer.
Very
Love
cool.
that. I
Very
love
cool.
that.
So the Hope Garden Project kicking off their market tomorrow, 3 o'clock, with the start of that going until 7. You can stop in and see the youth crew there working hard to have a fun market atmosphere Thursdays starting at 3. Very cool.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
Good to see you guys.
I'll come
Good
down
to
and
see you
check
too.
it out.
Always.
Yeah, thank
Rachel
you.
Uberman, Ginger Sesler here this morning on the Daybreak Show.